As a sophomore at Marquette University's Naval ROTC program, I was one of 7 women in a battalion of 175 midshipmen. Our drill instructor was a Marine Corps Vietnam veteran, a bullet of a man he was asked, "Where'd you go to college?" would growl, "University of Saigon." He thought it was important for us women to have women officers to look up to have role models. And that's how I found myself outside of Chicago at the Great Lakes Naval Training Center in the home of Admiral Bobby Hazard. Roberta Hazard was one of the first women admirals and the first woman to command the Navy's boot camp. As we walked through her house, I was amazed to see a piece of furniture from Japan, a wall hanging from Italy, something else from London. And what impressed me was not the things, but the places she had lived, the people she had led, the impact that she had had in this amazing life. And as we drove back to Milwaukee, I promised myself that one day I would have a home like that, a life like that. And if you come to my house now, you'll see a vase from Arizona sitting on top of a pedestal from Singapore on an Italian coffee table on a rug that we bought in New Delhi. I didn't happen upon that life, I designed it. And that's what I'm here to share with you today, is that we can design a life of impact and experiences. The challenge is, though, that our metaphors are broken. We're told that life is a journey and our career is a ladder. And before we know it, we even know that we're climbing, we're on the ladder. The point of first grade is second grade, the point of high school is college, college is a job is a promotion. And quarter after quarter, fiscal year after fiscal year, we keep climbing. And the challenge is that most organizations are shaped like pyramids. And there's only one first chair in an orchestra and only one starting quarterback on a team. And even if you reach that pinnacle, you're still looking up to that next rung. You're clinging on. And we're trained to think that success is somewhere, something that's going to happen when we arrive. But arrive where? I'd like to offer a new metaphor. And this comes from British philosopher Alan Watts. He tells us that music is the best metaphor for our universe, for our lives. And we can step off the ladder and start dancing. And so when I got off the ladder, stopped climbing and started dancing, it changed everything for me. So I start my week by looking at my calendar and saying, does my life, do my plans this week line up with the life that I intend to lead? And one bright Monday morning in my office at the Pentagon some years ago when my children were still young, I realized something very uncomfortable as I looked at my calendar. That while I said my family was important, I wasn't doing my family as important. Every single night, I was away from them. I was choosing to be somewhere else. And so I made a commitment that every night I would have dinner with my family. Not just when it was easy and not just when there was nothing else to do, but every night I would choose my family. And what that meant is I missed out on visibility. I missed out on networking opportunities. I missed out on promotion opportunities, I'm sure. And that was okay, because what I got was so much more. I got alignment, I got purpose, I got a life that matched my values. And I want to be clear here, when we're dancing through life, it doesn't mean that we don't have ambition or introspection. Quite the opposite. We're actually being very clear about what we're being ambitious about, and very clear about what we are, what we want, who we are at that phase in our life. Because when we step off the ladder and start dancing, if you think about when you're dancing, you're not trying to get to a specific spot on the dance floor. We're moving with intention. We're present with ourselves and with others. We're picking the music that fits the tempo of our life, and we're choosing excellence and joy in the moment. What I'd like to do is invite you to imagine what it would be like for you to get off the ladder and stop asking, how high am I going to climb? Step onto the dance floor and ask, what dance am I going to dance?